All right, it's investigation time. I gotta see this. I gotta see this. I gotta see this. You remember the name? The Overwatch sniper is the name of Pan Am sniper. We need to find out who this actually is, but there's no way to tell the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery, but one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? How did they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating, they're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's still there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl, at least. How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of the body. The more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really, then, could it be? Okay, then. Let's just tear the mask clean off. Come on. Wait, don't. But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask. In the next instant, there was a blinding light and a deafening roar. Oh my god. The body blew up. It blew up, 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 it blew up. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out, but then... Hurry up, put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Sploosh. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. I guess that took care of it. Oh, what the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body...
What?
It's burnt to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. But now that body's charred, I really have no idea how we're gonna find out who it was. Who isn't here right now? If we consider who's not here, that'll quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's KYOKO. KYOKO? And that dead body is KYOKO? No, that can't be right. I didn't say it was KYOKO, but I mean, who else? There is one other person, the mastermind. The mastermind? Come on, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious. I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. What about Toko? Did she just fucking die? But I have reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But
That corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember when Alter Ego said? So that same person right over the mastermind playing on us. According to the files, the headmaster was a man in his late 30s.
what the heck?
He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which corpse obviously isn't. And could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl KYOKO told me about? The ultimate despair? Huh? Makara Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak. What are you talking about? The other day, Kiko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school. Well, and all KYOKO told me was... KYOKO.
The 16th student. Lying
What happened to
somewhere
Toko?
in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounded like KYOKO thinks Makara Ikusaba is the mastermind. Headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics. And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Makara, and she's a student here and she's the ultimate despair, but if she's been hiding here in the school, I like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burned to a crisp? None of this makes any sense to just suddenly show up and then die. I think we better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Wait.
What?
What? Aren't we forgetting something, you know? Toko?
What?
Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Oh, nope, she's still here. Oh, she survived. Oh, She survived. What just happened, Master? You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live.
What the heck?
This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Maybe Genocide Jack just blew up and died. I saw something out of the corner of my eye just for a second. It's a corpse, isn't it? I guess so. You guess. Which is it? Is it a dead body or not? It's a dead body. I hate this. I hate it. I'm not going to look at it. I don't want to faint again. Yeah, we don't want that either. So I think it's best if you don't look. Everyone is dying. Why is this happening? Dude, everyone's been dying for a while. Right now, I have to focus on the body. Dude, what is this, though? Right now, I have to focus on the body. I should take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. I'm not KYOKO after all. Hold on, there's something on the ground here. Well, I would say this girl has a tattoo on her hand and her nails painted the same color as Monokuma, but KYOKO always wore gloves, so we don't know what her hands look like. There's something next to the body. It's a key. So what KYOKO took from Monokuma? What did you steal? I stole this. Looking at it, you can really tell it's just a key. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. This key is... What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. Where could it possibly go? I'm going to give you a very important task. That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. The biolab and data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now. Oh god. What did he say? Biolab, headmaster's room, dorms on the second floor. We'll go biolab first. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Raw. Or like Riz. Sounds like a trap? Most definitely. Oh, it only goes into one of the rooms. Okay, well, that's convenient. Imagine if I opened up every room. We're gonna go to the second floor first. I feel like it's gonna go to the second floor. Data lab we just did. Wait, the data lab? Wait, there's nothing on this floor? I thought you said there were dorms on this floor to check. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, it tells me, thank God. Data center? Oh, this one's the data center. It fits, then this is the key to the data center. I managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately headed back to the garden. So you're back. How'd it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor. And we can get into the data center now? Interesting. But why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we just have to go to the data center and find out. Here we are. Looks like the door's still unlocked. When you open the door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? We're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Makoto.
In other words,
it's in your hands. It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. You trust me. A silent prayer. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up until now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the room here. The fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread.
what?
Hey, that's... Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all the monitor. Look at all these monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. It's the direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room, and they're displayed here on these monitors. Man, he's the only smart one, right?
So that's it.
The sole purpose of this room is to watch us. And this room is
All clear.
the mastermind's private room, without a doubt. He was there watching us. That was the body of Makara Ikusaba, and she was the mastermind. I think it's too simple. I think... Hear me out. Hear me out. Crazy theory. I think KYOKO's the mastermind. The ultimate mastermind. It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The mastermind is dead. Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... You pooped. Good job, A1. Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it that? But if the mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole. It's not that simple, I don't think.
How about that?
I don't think it's that simple. I think it's KYOKO still. As much as I like KYOKO. Now we have to check this area thoroughly first. If the mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered. So you think so too, huh? Naturally. The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered. Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it? That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the mastermind. Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. The mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. Let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. God, she's weird. They seem to be locked. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. An alter ego? You may well be right about that. There's no point in thinking about it right now. Alright, you all know what's going on. You're curious about the mastermind? This game's getting close to an end. Nothing showing up on this one. Hey, look next to that TV. Is that a TV antenna? It is. It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas.
You know?
Okay.
You know?
We're not gonna actually watch television. Alright, this door. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? Rattle, rattle. No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you used the key that opened this room? Nope, no good. It won't even fit in the keyhole.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. She's dying.
You know?
Oh, what's wrong? Good news for you all. Saturday morning kitties out there. I think I got the TV working. Now all we gotta do is switch it on and do it. An idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. They kind of did get away with it. Huh. It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring the room, isn't it?
Heck?
That's weird.
Come on.
What are you doing? Really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible, and not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna, so how is it showing the camera feed?
Well,
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give it a try.
What the heck?
What the?
Could it be?
What kind of trick?
Actually.
I'm not sure, but... Huh? Huh? What? 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 Been a while, you freaking bastards. Monokuma? Oh, you're supposed to be dead. Me dead? Don't be freaking stupid. You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different. Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like a half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh right now. Well, KYOKO couldn't be the mastermind because KYOKO had conversations with Monokuma. And that's that. It's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want to all have my fun in this killing game. We were supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no more getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst? If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well now.
I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just go to the point now. The point. You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. That TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
Heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us in the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are. Well, now I'm going to let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Chills, kills.
I knew it. I knew it. It's being broadcast to the entire world. Being broadcast to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning. Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed's being broadcast? No way, that's impossible. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system, you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. You being serious right now? Of course. Heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind began to creak and groan. Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience to show them the true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair business. Or just entertainment. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us. What if they already did? But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though, so whatever.
This can't be.
To take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep, so how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. That's something you all need to do first, remember?
Of course.
There's the little business of... A body has been discovered.
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time.
Huh? Class trial, do you mean...
It's the Monokuma file! Heart-pounding excitement! I can't wait! I can't wait!
And then he was gone. The reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach, and we were all left with despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had to just keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment, and how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed KYOKO.
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Makara Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? KYOKO certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means the mastermind Makara Ikusaba isn't dead. So naturally, the body can't belong to her, so it must be KYOKO. There's no other possibility. But what if KYOKO's the mastermind? Oh, it's impossible. That doesn't look like KYOKO's hair. I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have ended like this? I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe it, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Anyway, we better begin.
But
If we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
It must be someone participating in our school life. You're saying one of us killed KYOKO? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm, so I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. This is how the game works after all. Well, I better start checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. Those could be her boots. Hey, Monica, how are you doing? I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Hope you're well, Monica. Alright. This time to get started, I need to check everywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. The music's getting intense. Tattoo on the hand. Something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. It's also something on the back of her right hand. It's a tattoo. They got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. You missed the explosion. You missed the explosion. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. We'll see. Lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion. It's totally blackened, and the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water into the toilet. Exploded body analysis has been added to the truth section. We were just finishing catching up with the VODs. Thanks for watching the VODs. I didn't realize this game really brought out the VOD watching. They're all burned, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like that before. What is that? Chibi, thanks for lurking. Must be the knife that was struck in the body before. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from back to end. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this... That's it. It's the knife the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There's just too many strange coincidences. Whoever this person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe that masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I... And if this really is KYOKO, it would mean KYOKO's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. This game does a really good job at hiding. Pickaxe is gone. Oh, nope. Tarp. Tarp was not in here before. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. All right, we got a dirty tarp. A pickaxe. There's something carved in the handle. Crazy diamond. It's the same thing that's written on the back of Mondo's coat. Pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Oh, we can leave the tool shed. I count 4 chickens. Huh, 4.
Yo.
What's going on, Makoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right. There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was just down here before the nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, then the entire world will remain unfinished. The killer was a chicken. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens has been added to the truth bullet section. Let's talk to everyone. So what does the body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. All right, she's useless. Someone stabbed the chicken? No, the chicken stabbed this person, of course. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And there was a knife sticking out in the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. The accused said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but how much blood there was on the body? I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. So having to talk about it like that helped me remember how it looked all better too, so thank you. Body before the explosion. Let's talk to our boy Baloney. Good timing, Makoto. I want to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So
I'd like to hear your alibi. Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden in the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived here last night, there was no body here. So the murder can only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We went even to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only one who don't have alibis are me and KYOKO. And if the victim really is KYOKO, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well, but you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite at the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, that is really bad. You might die, kid. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and... Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning and help me remember what that was. My uncle's announcement woke me at 7 o'clock, and I headed for the dining hall. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? 9 o'clock. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think you could say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. When the body was found has been added to the handbook. Maybe this Monokuma plan has something to do. Wait, this has probably changed. Are you the mastermind? Is anyone in chat the mastermind? They set the turn at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh, hold on. The sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? And if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. Sprinklers have been added to the truth bullet section. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. Is that corpse really KYOKO? If that's true. Was that also KYOKO who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. KYOKO was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
What?
Just give
Yeah, she doesn't have the key to her room anymore. I don't know where that red fragment's from, to be honest. I can't remember. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at a class trial. It's not about that. You have the key to KYOKO's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you or I may not. I don't know what that one area is, dude. What is that one area? That freaking fragment. Where is it from? Wait, it'll probably tell me on the map, right? Is it the gym? Maybe it's the gym.
You know?
A bomb.
Huh?
And that bomb went missing, and there was no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. There we go. Fragments near the dead body. Dude, how was I supposed to remember that? KYOKO's room. I should head back to the garden and ask the baloney. I got it, you guys. I'm a genius. I am a genius. What would you guys do without me? Probably a lot. You think you can go soon, Byakuya? You wanted to check out KYOKO's room? Well, let's go. I can't unlock myself. I need to ask Baloney. Baloney, help me. Well then, here we go. Click. And it's open. Looks like it is. Thanks. So this is KYOKO's room. Obviously, the thing in here questionable is a diary. Something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What's the purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for lockers.
It's certainly.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo. I imagine that's not the only thing in here. So, KYOKO's not sleeping in here. Does that mean she's like...
Such.
I think it would be wise to look around a bit more. Thanks for backseating me. Is there a boogeyman under her bed? Maybe I just need to talk to him.
What? Come on.
What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? KYOKO gave it to me. She said if something ever happened to her, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets. That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Let's see. But could go something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry, Mukura Ikusaba. It appears to be Mukura Ikusaba's profile. Good job, Emmy. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you a key and blank, 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 blank. The blank that Monokuma was talking about. KYOKO said a death without meaning was unappealing, and that's what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukura Ikusaba, sex, female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years ago. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. Like one non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things just as an ordinary person. But then... Fenrir. Never imagined I'd hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Recognize it? The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it.
Whoa, I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you. What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Oh, you found her profile. So what if we did? Don't freak out on me. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against KYOKO either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. What up, Slippy? Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Picture this game as a more weeby Ace Attorney that never ends. I've been playing this game for like 25 hours. God, it never ends. Hope you're doing good, though. Happy Wednesday, apparently. We've already made it to Wednesday, and Equifax emailed me again. I can't even complain about how unfair it is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting. It's called suspense, you clown. I'm the clown? One of the participants in this killing game, I don't think I actually ever told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part of this killing game was actually 16.
Mikuro Ikusaba.
Mikuru
the 16th
Ikusaba.
student, lying
You
hidden
miss Ace
somewhere in
Attorney?
this
It'll be
school.
back eventually.
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
If it ever ends. The 16th student, Makuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life, so the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense.
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. I want to get back on that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell her when I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Monokuma's account has been added to the truth boards. KYOKO wears gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand? A tattoo. That's not a hideous tattoo. That had a doggy on it. That's why KYOKO wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about KYOKO again?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
Such.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. That's what people say to me every day. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Murkuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Murkuro was the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But that mere fact that he said that proves that Murkuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Murkuro is related to the case. Perhaps she's the one who killed KYOKO. That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind. Murkuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. We thought Murkuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity, but if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves?
So in other
Murkuro
words,
is giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Murkuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Murkuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely does seem possible, but if it's really true, if Murkuro isn't the killer, then who is? Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places to investigate. I should find out if the key and the dojo really are connected. Well, are you coming? God damn. I kind of want to do this trial, but it's already 7 p.m. This trial would take forever.
I see.
Do you see the locker furthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found. Yes, 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 yes. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong? It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps... baloney? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to our next location.
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. You mean the mercenary group that Murkuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? The archive?
Let's go.
Hey, Arlen. I believe there was a fire related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byaku seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. Well, don't blue ball us. No idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Oh, don't tell him. Actually, that's not true. I know. Merci. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French, but whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect to repay your debt 100 times over. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. The Wolf of Ragnarok. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. I played God of War Ragnarok, so I know Fenrir. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of this group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Well, hi, Arlen. Thanks for saying hi at work. I hope it's going well. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. The report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? The Wolf of Ragnarok. Which is Norse. You get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. The tattoo on the back of the hand is Fenrir.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
Picture of the topper is the same as the tattoo.
Please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Yeah, what's up with getting secret tattoos for all this stuff? And the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial. Think I can do this class trial in an hour? All right, YouTube, let's play. Like and subscribe, I guess.